Remove him.
Do you think with our parliament that had just been promised the second vehicles and have, do you think it's possible?
No, you can remove the president through parliament, through impeachment. That's one thing. You can remove the president through other means. And other means include mobilizing people onto the streets, rallying them because of what he has done. You can remove a lot of people. In Syria, the president has been removed. Now, we have seen a lot of other presidents being removed. Even President Mugabe, was he removed through impeachment? No, there was a coup. So there are several ways of removing a president. So this president needs to be removed.
Greetings, 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 and more greetings to you, good people. My name is DJ Oli, and welcome to Point 5 Creative Studios. Chitubu che content, chitubu chisingapwe, chitubu chinonwa nemuno wese, chitubu chakavenekwa, chikawongororwa nana mazvikokota kunzi aiwaka. Chitubu ichi chine content iri healthy, content iri clean, content yakachena, yakakodzera kunge chikonsumwa nemunhu akaita kunge iwewe ndosoka uri panapa muzvara nhasi. So if it's your first time here, dzvanya subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any exciting content uploaded. Warwara here, washungurudzwa nemweya wetsvina, uri kutsvaga wekuroora kana kuti wekuroorwa naye, wakabirwa here, kana mhinduro yako iri hongu, yes, warangarirwa. St. Angel's Apostolic Church present crossover night with the Bishop Samuronda live in South Africa, 31st of December, time 8 p.m. till 6 a.m. Venue, Lord Kanyile Community Hall, Ivory 2 Midrand in South Africa. Healing and deliverance plus one-on-one sessions available. For more information, please contact the numbers on your screen. Uyai tiyambuke tiri pamwe chete muchitima chemweya. Greetings, 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 good people. My name is DJ Oli, and welcome to Point 5 Creative Studios. Chitubu che content, chitubu chisingapwe, chitubu chinonwa nemunhu wese, chitubu chakavenekwa, chikawongororwa nana mazvikokota kunzi aiwaka. Chitubu ichi chine content iri healthy, content iri clean, content yakachena, yakakodzera kunge chikonsumwa nemunhu akaita kunge iwewe ndosaka uri panapa muzvara nhasi. So if it's your first time here, dzvanya subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any exciting content uploaded. Asi kana wanga wagara uri mugaro wepanapa dango kutenda nekuita sei nekurumidza kubhadhara rent. Thank you very much for supporting Point 5 Creative Studios. Right, nyaya yeland ndakaitaura nezuro, inyaya iri kunetsa zvamanje manje kuti vakomana ava vari kuba state land vachitengesa. And kune vachazoda kunzwa zvimwe futuwo zvizere pamusoro penyaya iyi kai aiwaka. Munoenda paHeart and Soul TV, munoenda sei munoona interview yakaitwa naDara B papo naJealous Mawarire, and nekadimbu kandauya nako panapa kuti ndingokuratidzaiwo zviri kuitika, zviri kupisa mumastreets kunzi aiwaka ma1 zviri kuitika. Pari kupisa. Sandisingatamise nguva, rega ndijambire muinterview iyi tinzwe kuti zviri kufamba sei. Asi ndisandapinda munyaya yangu zvizere ndikuti kana une bhizimusi raunaro rauda kushambadzirwa, ndibate. Namba dzangu ndo dziri kubuda pasi apo. Kana une nyaya yaunayo yauda kuti ndifambire, ndibate futi pasame number ipapo. Ndisingatamise nguva, rega tipinde tinzwe kuti zvakamira sei uyezve zviri kufamba sei.
For improvements.
Which improvements? Because we have not have a publication of this farm belongs to Mr. Mhlanga, which he took through the land reform program. It was originally owned by Mr. Smith, and Mr. Smith had built this house and this dam, and he had fenced this thing. And for the improvements, we have valued the improvements at this much. Has that process been done? It hasn't been done, because you cannot just come up with a figure of 3.3 billion working with Adesina and say we owe the former commercial white farmers 3.3 billion. Where are you getting the figure? Because these things should be done transparently. If you go to the provisions of Section 289 of the Constitution that you were reading, transparency is one of the key things that is promoted, and it's entrenched in the Constitution. Anything to do with land has to be transparent. So if you want to compensate former white commercial farmers, please give us a list of the farms. Let Parliament set up a committee that goes to each individual farm and establish the so-called improvements.
Right, nyaya iri kutaurwa panapa ndeyekuti pane mashoko akabuda zvichinzi pari kudiwa 3.3 billion US dollars kuti tikwanise kudzorera varungu mari vakatorerwa mafarms pa3rd Chimurenga. We all know kuti vanhu vakazodzingwa sembwa, vakatorerwa minda yavo, vakatorerwa zvavaishandisa, vakatorerwa mombe, vakatorerwa zvinhu zvakasiyana siyana. Ndozviri kutaurwa nzi nemukuru toda kuvadzorera. But chiri kunetsa panapa ndechekunzi mafigures aya muri kumawana kupi? Ndo patiri kuzongoti unenge uri mutactic wekuti vanenge vada kurova chi, vatoda kurova zheti. Ndo pane nyaya yacho nango ndingoexplaina ipapo so that we move together. Zvikanzi nyaya yevhu iyi inofanira kunge iri transparency, tichiona zvinhu zvese zviri pachena.
Do they even exist, the improvements? What's the value of the improvements? Then we begin to talk about conversation. But you cannot just sit arbitrarily. And that's the problem with this president. He just sits arbitrarily and decide on national matters. And worse still now, he's even taking government and state procedures to his farm, you know. There's no denigration of government and state processes that are worse than taking policy announcements from State House, from Parliament, from government houses to your own backyard. And you begin to make political and policy announcements surrounded by a coterie of hangers-on who are not only pushing for any sensible policy reform, but they are pushing for an agenda year 2030 so that they continue looting. So this is for all intents and purposes the so-called land tenure implementation committee and the ideas that it is coming up with. It's purely fundraising, and no one will be criminalized for speculating that this is a form of fundraising in order to push the 2030 agenda. So because this 6.6 billion will be an extraordinary war chest for the president and his hangers-on, so that they keep on holding on to state power. And in some spaces, the ZANU-PF spokesman, Chris Mnangagwa, has actually divulged that we will not allow anyone to come into power as long as that anyone does not promote our business interests. So the 2030 agenda is being pushed, and the indications are even these fundraising projects, you know, are connected to the 2030 agenda. So this is a gimmick that has been put in place in order to fundraise for an equally illegal extension of the president's term of office. So we have a president clearly who has gone rogue, and what he has done now is actually touching a live wire in this thing, trying to sell land, because the minister of
hanzi abata magetsi hanzi wagarira nhanzva kuita mutserendende pareza nekuti panyaya yeland iyi iri kunetsa zvekutodaro. Chimera munzwe pamberi apo zviri kutaurwa kunzi pakaitwa musangano vakabvunzwa kunzi land yacho iyoyo irida kutengeswa, vari kutengesa ndianani? We want to know who's selling that land. Vari kupisa hanzi amukuru abata magetsi chaiyo pari kupisa. Mirai munzwe.
Lands, Masuka, Minister July Moyo, the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Finance had meetings on the 10th, 11th, and 12th of December by former Zanla and Zipra commanders at HICC there, trying to sell this thing to the former liberation fighters. And they were asked a question. You are asking beneficiaries of the A2 land reform to buy land, to pay $500 per hectare. We are buying from who? Who owns this land?
Yes.
Who is the owner? Tell us the owner so that, bring the owner. If you three guys are not the owner, bring the owner so that we sit down with him and we negotiate prices. And we also want to know, he owns this land, where did he buy it from? Because for
Yes.
all intents and purposes, this land was fought for by
Right.
those that took up arms and those that supported the liberation struggle. And some people paid the ultimate price in order for us to get this land back.
Exactly.
And we cannot have just wake up one day with some group of people now purporting to be selling this land. Where do they get the local stand or the legal instrument? Where do they get the legal instrument to sell this land? Who said they own the land? So the former Zipra and Zanla commanders asked a very genuine question. They said, we want to see the owner of this land that you are now purporting to be selling. We want to see it.
Who are these people who attended this meeting?
There were 28. I'm not at liberty to disclose the name. I know them.
You named the others.
No, I named the government officials who were there. The government officials, because these are public servants. They were there. And if they want to dispute this, then you can give them a platform to say we didn't attend that meeting, because that meeting was there at the HICC from the 10th, the 11th, and the 12th of December. This can be verified. I can actually even convince one of the people that were there to come on your show, and they can tell you what they discussed. But one of the fundamental outcomes of that meeting was to say, you three guys, if you are not the owners of the land, go and take the owner. We want to see the owner, and we discuss with the owner. We negotiate the price. But first of all, we have to establish what right does he have over the land that we are occupying. But mind you, they are purporting to be selling land that is being currently used by other people. The Constitution does not allow for what he's doing. If he was genuine that he wanted to give people title deeds, genuine title deeds, then he should have taken care of constitutional provisions which stop that. Section 290 of the Constitution. He has to deal with that. And any subsequent legal provisions that are there, like the Land Commissions Act or the Communal Act, he has to deal with the legal framework, because he has been sworn in to defend the Constitution. If for whatever reason there is something that he wants to do in the interest of the public, or in the interest of making the land viable, as per the provisions of Section 289 of the Constitution, that you want to make the land profitable and viable, then he has to act within the law. He has to go through Parliament. He has to amend Section 90 of the Constitution. After amending Section 290 of the Constitution, he also has to come up with an Act of Parliament which empowers him to do what he's purporting to be doing. But you cannot put the cart before the horse. You cannot just wake up at your farm surrounded by a group of bootlickers and begin to be saying that you are giving title deeds. Even some people there, the irony is that some people who were even there were said to be the first beneficiaries. Of. So you announce something, all of a sudden, someone has even titled this ipapo, microwave kind of thing. That's not how you buy land. I for one, I don't believe in just one strategy towards dealing with particular issues. I'm a firm believer of being pragmatic and not being bogged down to what I call professional provincialism. Because most of the people here, because our politics has been dominated by lawyers, they think everything, every solution to any political problem has to be legal. Yes, the legal path is there. But the political part, the political way is simply there for everyone to use. Because what problem do we have? We don't have a legal problem. We have a political problem. The political problem emanates from having a rogue president doing things outside the law, not respecting the Constitution. What do? You remove the president. That's the simplest that you can do. Remove the guy.
hanzi kana zvanetsa mubvisei, ndo yega solution ingoripo, ngaabviswe. Obviswa sei manje kana zvanetsa, because hanzi tikada kutedza makoti, tikada kutedza mavhoti zvinonetsa, rega tizoti anobvisika sei. There are many ways ekuti anokwanisa kubvisika nawo, rega tinzoti anobvisika sei apa.
Impeach the guy. Remove him.
Do you think with our parliament that have just been promised the second vehicles and have, do you think it's possible?
No, you can remove the president through parliament, through impeachment. That's one thing. You can remove the president through other means. And other means include mobilizing people onto the streets, rallying them because of what he has done. You can remove a lot of people. In Syria, the president has been removed. Now, we have seen a lot of other presidents being removed. Even President Mugabe, was he removed through impeachment? No. There was a coup. So there are several ways of removing a president. So this president needs to be removed for all intents and purposes. If you are a president who is acting outside the law, who is creating parallel structures in government, parallel structures in your own party, parallel structures everywhere, but with one sole objective of looting state coffers, of looting national assets. And there are several things that he has been doing. Mutapa, whatever fund, and looting state-owned enterprises. Now he has gone to looting land from those that have occupied it since 2000. And if those are not reasons enough to mobilize Zimbabweans to stop this president, no, nothing will. But I can assure you, this course that he has taken is inviting trouble for himself. And this trouble will be coming from the people. Because ultimately, the people are the state. The people are the rightful owners of the land that this implementation committee is purporting to be selling. So you can't sell that land without the express permission of the people. You can't do that. And the people are represented by parliament. You cannot then do that without an act of parliament. You cannot do that without consultation. Because once you are coming up with an act of parliament, that act of parliament has to be subjected to people through consultations. So if you don't do that, the people will actually mobilize themselves and stop such kind of rogue activities within the presidency. And no one will be responsible for that except the president, who is acting outside the constitution, who is acting against the people that elected him in the first place.
A point of correction apo. The people that elected him, ayo tese tukuziva zvakaitika, tukuziva kuti hanzi ma-elections akabvutwa nakuwinwa nechisimba, they were not free and fair. But mainzwawo nyaya iyi kunzi hanzi kwazvakuenda uku kwako, vakuru vakugarira reza, vakuita mutserendende pareza, kugarira tsono, vakusvika panguva yekuti vachifanira kuita sei kubviswa. Hanzi parliament inogona kutadza kuvabvisa, but vanhu vanogona kuvabvisa, ende pane nzira dzakawanda, mazvinzwira mega nzira dziripo handitika. So ndo nyaya yanga ndifamba nayo zvamanje manje. As for me, DJ Holly and the rest of the crew behind the scenes, siya ukombeni mcomment section, wotaura mafungiro ako, wotaura maonero ako, kuti unozvionawo sei, zvakamira sei handitika. So as for me, DJ Holly and the rest of the crew behind the scenes, it's bye for now. Ngatisangane muvidhio rinotevera.